Sikhi or Sikhism is based on the principles of justice and equality, and I feel proud to call myself an Australian Sikh. A Sikh being standing for everyone's rights, for everyone's respect and everyone's dignity. I am proud to be a follower of the faith which brought a revolution to the South Asian region where the caste system was prevalent, where people were broken into different castes and there was lots of discrimination going on.
I would like to just take a moment and share with you that the greetings you hear all the time, if I translate that or transcreate that in spirit, what it's actually saying is sovereign belongs to all wisdom and victory belongs to all wisdom. What it basically is that we are centered around this idea of wisdom. Even the Guru means that. So Guru Nanak Sahib's unique and unparalleled proclamation in the late 15th century was Ek Onkar. Ek Onkar is one force that sees oneness in everything and everyone.
A practicer of the faith. When I talked to her, she explained to me Sikhism as being perfectly consistent with the philosophy of the Australian Labor Party. That he did not seek to polarise, he didn't seek to divide. Instead, he cast aside the divisions of caste, colour, religion and race. His was a spiritual, political and social platform based on equality, goodness, fraternal love and virtue. And in a society divided into social strata, he taught a lesson that was both egalitarian and deeply humane, essentially one that sought to break away from people being divided on the basis of class, but deeply respecting each individual for who they were. He taught simplicity, humility and tolerance.
This is such an incredibly special year for Sikhs, as it marks the 550th anniversary of the birth of the founder of Sikhism, Guru Nanak Dev Ji. Guru Nanak's birth symbolises the beginning of the Sikhism faith, a faith where all people feel a deep and thoughtful connection to equal rights and individual respect. Guru Nanak preached equality for all people, regardless of caste, religion or gender, and these sentiments are strong with Sikhism around the world to this day. Today, more than 125,000 Australian Sikhs follow Guru Nanak's principles and contribute to the progress and the betterment of the Australian multicultural community. And today, more than ever, I feel that we can learn so much from Guru Nanak, who believed that all people are equally divine and deserve to be treated as such. In a society which has growing inequality and in the midst of a climate emergency, it is so important to hold fast to those values which affirm the sanctity of our earth and the respect and care our fellow humans deserve.
In relation to the foundation of Sikhism, about the origin of the turban, and all the other stories relating to it. And it was an amazing way of getting to understand another culture, another religion, and to be able to really appreciate. And I've often said to Diljit that, you know, when you have a look at what Sikhism represents, it's actually a very pure form of Christianity in many ways. There are many very close analogies there, and you know, I am so pleased and proud to be able to call him a friend after all of this time. And then when I was asked in 2012 to introduce that petition, I did it with a great deal of pride.
It's wonderful to see in the diversity of the Australian Sikh community here, we're seeing some wonderful emerging leaders too. I don't want to go over too much of the ground that's been touched upon, but share a couple of reflections. One is that in Melbourne's north, and I said there are a few people here from Melbourne, I represent a large and growing Sikh community. And I am very proud to represent that community. and as Anthony said, try and bring my understanding, my growing understanding and awareness of the teachings of the Guru to my practice as a parliamentarian and as a politician. Harinder, in your address, which was inspirational and perhaps a challenge for those of us in this place who don't always rise to the standards to which you set, particularly I've got to say I didn't pick up on all the Star Wars references, but perhaps someone can guide me through them.
We had mass rallies, and the president of the Banana Association for Australia was a Sikh from northern New South Wales. But when we had the big banana rallies trying to stop the bananas from coming in overseas, we had 3,000 people in the streets. But one of Harinder Singh said, "You do not handle it this way." I said, "Well, all right, genius, you tell me how to handle it." And he said, "You don't try and get 3,000 people in the street. You get 10 people, you get 10 people, you get 10 people, you get 10 people." And that's what we did. We got 3,000. But I said, "Indigent, you will have 2 turbans in that front row at the demonstration. As we walk down the street, 3,000 of us, I want at least 2 turbans in that front row."
The Sikh community has labored very hard for the last 150 years with the sweat and blood. And I would like to share some facts from our research that how the followers of the Sikh belief system or Guru Nanak Dev Ji have influenced in the development of Australian social and intellectual history. But why is history so important? It gives us solace and comfort. When we learn that our ancestors faced equally daunting challenges during their time, it becomes a source of personal wisdom.
I've been to Parliament House many times, but the feeling of joy and happiness today to see Guru Granth Sahib Ji da Marj da Swaroop in Parliament House was just amazing. To have permission to wear the Gurpurab inside Parliament House was amazing. So out of all of the events that I think that are marking Guru Nanak Dev Ji's Gurpurab, it's very important that I feel today we have truly honoured Guru Nanak Dev Ji and the Sikh principles of Maryada and the Sikh teaching. Namaskar.